Gemini cuspers, have you ever looked at a relationship and thought nothing is really wrong? So why am I no longer happy here? Because your cards are showing me something very interesting. I don't think this eclipse is only about who's leaving your life. I think it's exposing what has become too small for the person you are becoming. This dive in, beautiful souls. I feel like there's some sort of energy here that you may now finally understand why you felt stuck in a relationship or a situation that you already know that isn't fulfilling you anymore. So welcome in, my Taurus, Gemini cuspers. Welcome back to the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. Hey, if you're new here, welcome in. Welcome to the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. Thank you for hitting that like button, subscribing. Today we're looking at your eclipse relationship reading. Who is being eclipsed out of your life? Now, remember, this doesn't automatically mean somebody is physically leaving. It could be a romantic relationship, a friendship, family, co-worker, an unhealthy attachment, one-sided connection, or even an old version of yourself. Because sometimes the person being eclipsed out isn't another person at all. Sometimes it's just the version of you that kept accepting the same relationship patterns. And my Taurus, Gemini cuspers, you have such interesting combinations. All right, Taurus wants security. Gemini needs movement, conversations, and mental stimulation. So you can get into this funny little situation where physically you're still there, but mentally you're thinking, is this really all there is? Right? And that is, yeah, this is where your reading begins. All right, so who or what is being eclipsed out, my beautiful souls? Okay, so your first card coming out is the Four of Cups. Okay, the Four of Cups is like, I'm not just feeling it anymore. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. I'm just not feeling it anymore. Yeah, here's a judgment, quite an interesting judgment from this neon tarot deck here. This is like a big wake-up call. All right, you're there, you're participating, you're doing what you're supposed to do, but something inside you is saying this isn't fulfilling me. Judgment, I do feel like, wake up, look again, be honest, make a decision. For some of you, this could be a relationship where you've become emotionally disconnected. Maybe you're still together, but you don't talk like you used to. You don't laugh like you used to. You don't feel excited to see each other. Maybe you sit next to each other on the couch every night, both scrolling on your phones, and there's this strange silence between you. Nothing dramatic happened. There wasn't necessarily some huge betrayal. It's just like the connection stopped growing. And that can actually be harder to understand, because when something is terrible, you know what to do. But when something is simply okay, you can stay for years, right? And that's where judgment is coming in. It's not, maybe it's time just to be honest with yourself, right? Maybe you've outgrown the relationship. Maybe the friendship has become repetitive. Maybe you always having the same conversation, same problems, same arguments, same apologies, the same cycles. And Taurus, Gemini, maybe you finally asking, what do I actually want? Do I actually want this? Or am I just being comfortable with it? That's the different question, is that, and here's another scenario, right? Is that you might have a friend you've known forever. You have history, you have the inside jokes, you've been through everything together. But every time you meet, the conversation becomes gossip, complaining, drama, or talking about the past. And afterwards you think, why do I feel drained? So that's the Four of Cups here. And judgment is saying, notice it. Something in you is waking up. So let me know in the comments. Who is this, beautiful souls? Thank you for hitting the like button. All right. Here's water energy here. All right. Okay. So why is this happening now? We do have the Two of Pentacles here. All right. Oh, and if you want to guess what this card is, all right, without skipping to the front or to the to where we check the card out, let me know in the comments. Okay. All right. There's an extra card that came out, so we will get into that card. All right. So, why is this happening now? Two of Pentacles. Okay. Juggling energy. Two of Wands. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Double twos, 2 could be significant, the date of 22nd, or 22s could be a synchronicity for some of you. But the bigger message is here with the Two of Pentacles. You've been juggling. You're trying to keep everything going. All right. Work, family, relationship, responsibilities, studies, your own dreams, everyone else's needs. And you've somehow trying to keep all the balls in the air. All right. You're juggling them in your hands there. Now, the Two of Wands is asking, where are you actually going? That's the difference. Two of Pentacles, how do I manage everything? Two of Wands is, what do I actually want for my future? Taurus, Gemini, I think that's why this is happening right now, because you've been so busy maintaining your current life. You haven't had time to ask whether you actually like the life you're maintaining. Think about somebody who spends years saying, I'll focus on myself later, I'll travel later, I'll start that business later, I'll go back to studying later, or I will leave when the time is better, and suddenly years have passed and you're still saying later. So perhaps this eclipse is coming through to say there's no perfect time to become the person you're meant to become. At some point, you have to choose, right? It's decision time. All right, a balance. All right. So let's dive in further. What are you not seeing? We have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is collaboration energy. Devil. A little bit of toxic energy. My Taurus, Gemini. This combination is very interesting. It's telling an interesting story, right? What is the Three of Pentacles? Collaboration, teamwork, building together, working together, co-cooperation. But the devil can show a little bit of attachment or unhealthy patterns, dependency, or feeling trapped in some sort of cycle. So the question becomes, are you actually building together, or are you simply maintaining the attachment? Think about that, right? Maybe you and somebody work really well together professionally. You get things done, you make money together, you have responsibilities together, so you think we cannot separate, we need each other. But emotionally, the relationship might not be healthy anymore. Or maybe you're constantly fixing someone else's problems. They call you when something goes wrong, you rescue them, they promise you some sort of change, things improve for a few weeks, and then the same problem happens again, and the cycle repeats. Or maybe it's a friendship where you bond through complaining about the same people. Every conversation is, can you believe what they did? You'll never guess what happened this time. I can't believe I'm still dealing with this. And you don't even realize that the drama itself has become part of the bond. That's the devil. Strong Capricorn energy here. Capricorn could be significant. Some people say stay connected because the relationship is healthy. Yeah, sometimes people stay connected because the relationship is healthy. Other times they stay connected because the pattern has become familiar, and familiar can feel strangely safe, even when it isn't good for you, all right? That's why I think this is your big retention moment, all right? Because Taurus, Gemini, you may need to ask yourself, what am I actually attached to here? Is it love? Is it history? Is it comfort? Is it fear? Is it money? Is it routine? Is it guilt? Or is it the fear of starting again? Is it the belief that nobody else will understand you? Or are you genuinely still happy? Because those are very different things. All right? Judgment. Wake up to the difference. The color yellow could be very significant for some of you. All right, so who, what is making room for the new? We have the sun here. Leo energy coming out. Sun energy, sunflowers, beautiful sunflowers. Rainbows could be significant. All right. Four of Pentacles, more Capricorn energy coming out. Okay, so beautiful shift that's happening because the sun is the energy of clarity, happiness, openness, love. All right. Four of Pentacles is you still holding on. Now, this is interesting because the new energy is actually very positive, but something has to be released in order to experience this. And again, it doesn't have to mean cut this person off tomorrow. No, it could simply mean losing your grip a little bit. Maybe you stop trying to control the outcome. Maybe you stop focusing, or let's say not focusing, maybe focusing on the relationship, to forcing it to stay exactly as it was. Maybe you stop trying to make everybody give you something they're not capable of giving. Maybe you allow the relationship to change naturally, and then when you do, the sun appears, you can breathe again, you feel lighter, you laugh more, you become more curious again, you start making plans, and you start thinking about the future, and then maybe you realize, whoa, I forgot what it feels like to actually get excited about life again. That's very, very powerful, all right? Because Taurus energy can hold on to what is familiar, with Gemini is the energy of, but what if there's more? So the sun is saying here is that there is more life outside the box that you have been keeping yourself inside. All right? I'm hearing it's time for expansion. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. What should you do now? All right? So first up, I'm hearing, okay, the wheel is turning. Something is changing, whether you're completely ready or not. Okay. Yeah, Two of Swords. Stop pretending you don't have a decision to make, what I'm hearing. Okay. So this doesn't mean you need to rush. Actually, it's quite the opposite. You don't have a huge decision because you're emotional. All right. Don't send that long message at 2 a.m. I'm hearing. All right. A lot of twos is coming out. 2 a.m. could be very significant for someone here. I'm hearing don't block someone because you're angry and then unblock them tomorrow. Like I'm hearing just take a moment to pause, observe, think, but don't stay permanently stuck in the I don't know. It's okay to say I don't know. All right. But don't stay stuck there, right? Because sometimes I don't know really means is I know, but I'm scared of what happens if I admit it. There's a difference. So the Wheel of Fortune says circumstances are busy changing. Maybe someone moves, maybe a job changes, maybe your social circle is busy changing. Maybe somebody enters a new relationship. Maybe you start wanting something completely different. Maybe you finally get an opportunity that makes you realize how small your current situation has become. Triple twos could even be significant. Very strong twos here on the table, all right? The wheel doesn't always force the door open, all right? But I'm hearing that there's some sort of decision that will become easier to make. Sometimes sometimes it's simply the wheel doesn't always force the door open. Sometimes, all right, it simply moves you to a point where you can finally see the door. So I'm hearing moment by moment, step by step, you're getting closer to that open door. Okay, let's have a look at Spirit's final message here, and then we're going to check out what is that card. So, 5 of Swords, Spirit's advice. All right, okay. 6 of Cups. All right, this is where I would get really real. Okay. Five of Swords can be conflict, like the verbal conflict, arguments, ego, trying to prove you're right, trying to win, trying to get the last word in, all right? But the Six of Cups here is talking about history and memories, the past, someone you've known for a long time. So maybe Spirit is saying you don't let old history keep you trapped in new conflict, okay? Because you can love someone from the past and still decide that you don't want to keep repeating the same arguments. And you can remember the good times without pretending that the current situation is still good, all right? Maybe you and somebody have an argument, all right? They bring up something you did 5 years ago. You bring up something they did 3 years ago, all right? And you say, well, you did this. And suddenly you're fighting about things that happened years ago. So nobody actually is solving the problem happening today, all right? That's the Five of Swords and the Six of Cups, is you fighting with the past. And Spirit is saying, stop bringing yesterday's battles into tomorrow. If the relationship can be repaired, repaired in the present. If you cannot, don't keep reopening old wounds just to prove who was right. Sometimes peace is more important than winning. All right. So let me know in the comments, beautiful souls. All right. 5 and 6 makes 11. There is a new beginning happening, spiritual awakening happening. And let's dive into this card here. The Six of Swords. You will be moving to calmer waters, I'm hearing. It's almost feeling like enough of the old, all right? The old battles. You don't have to keep fighting. You don't have to keep explaining. You don't have to keep defending yourself. You don't have to keep replaying the conversations in your head. You don't have to keep asking, what if I had said this instead? Maybe simply the answer is move forward. Some of you will be climbing in a boat, moving across waters. Some of you, okay, I'm hearing traveling at night for some of you. Aquarius energy could be very significant for some of you. And yeah, moving in waters sometimes. Okay, so what I'm hearing also here, some of you are not physically leaving, but you will move forward, all right? Like moving forward doesn't always mean physically leaving someone. Sometimes it means emotion leaving the argument, okay? Like what Spirit is saying here is stop participating in the old cycle, in the same old cycle. Stop reacting the same. Stop giving the same situation the same access to your peace. And that can completely change a relationship. For some of you, you might really be walking away. For others, it just may be creating some sort of healthy distance between the two of you. For others, as well, it might be having that one honest conversation and allowing the relationship to find a new shape. Okay, the Six of Swords is the energy to choose cheese. Cheese could be significant. Choose peace over repetition. All right. But yeah, I'm getting the energy of some of you will be moving across waters. If someone's looking for confirmation, some of you will be moving away. Some of you will just be doing mental, emotional distance. My Taurus Geminis, all right. Look at the story, all right. Four of Cups, I'm not fulfilled. Judgment, wake up and see it. Two of Pentacles, I've been juggling everything. Two of Wands, I'm where where am I actually going? Three of Pentacles and Devil is, am I building something healthy or am I attached to the cycle? But the Sun being here, this is the happiness outside this pattern. But the Four of Pentacles again is talking about, but I'm still holding on. And with the Wheel here, the Wheel of Fortune is things are changing. The Two of Swords is I need to make some sort of choice. And Spirit's message here with the Five of Swords, Six of Cups here, stop fighting old patterns. I don't know why I said patterns. All right, and this is you move towards peace. All right, that's your story. And honestly, it feels like somebody is being taken away from you. it feels less that way, that somebody's been taken away from you. It's more like maybe somebody is being taken away from you. Maybe somebody will be leaving, or you will be leaving. But what it actually more feels like is you're finally becoming too big for a relationship pattern that has kept you too small. So my Taurus, Gemini cuspers, comfort is not always alignment, all right? Just because something is familiar, it doesn't mean it's meant to stay forever. And just because you've known someone for 10 years, it doesn't mean you have to spend the next 10 years repeating the same patterns. And it doesn't have to be even 10 years. It can be 5 years. It can be 3 years. People grow. You grow. Relationships grow. And sometimes two people simply stop growing in the same direction. All right. Doesn't mean automatically mean or make someone bad. It just doesn't. It doesn't mean that the relationship was fake. It doesn't mean that memories weren't real. It simply means something has to change. Something has changed. Yeah, not it has to change. Maybe something has to change, but something has changed. All right. And these eclipses, this eclipse season is helping you see something along that line, is that maybe, so like if you've been maybe asking, why don't I feel the same anymore? Maybe, I mean, you're not broken. Maybe you're just evolving, all right? And if you've been thinking maybe I should be happier than I am, then maybe listen to that, all right? If you've been feeling I want more from life, don't automatically dismiss that feeling. And if you've been wondering, what happens if I let go? Well, the Sun and the Six of Swords is out here says, maybe you finally get to breathe again. All right. You don't need to know the entire path, right? You just need to know to take the next honest step. All right. So my Taurus, Gemini cuspers, let me know in the comments. What are you ready to stop carrying? Is it a relationship? Is it an argument? Is it a friendship that no longer feels the same? Maybe it's the need to keep everyone happy. Maybe you're simply ready to stop living in the past. If you don't want to share the details in the comments, all right, that's okay. Maybe you can just affirm in the comments, I choose peace. As the white dove. All right. All right. Thank you for liking the video. Let me know how this resonated. Liking the video, being commenters, being subscribers here. Okay, leave that comment, beautiful soul, even if it's just an emoji. And remember this, my Taurus Geminis, you don't have to hate the past to choose a different future, right? You can still love the memories. You can still move forward and appreciate where you've been, all right, without staying there. And sometimes the greatest sign that you ready for your next, sometimes the greatest sign that you're ready for your next chapter or your new chapter is simply that the old one doesn't feel like home anymore. So I'll see you in the next one, beautiful souls. Love and light. Yeah, death and rebirth. There's an ending happening. See you in the next one.